Welcome to Transport Vlog. My name is Paul and this is a video update on the construction work that's happening at Crow's Nest Sydney Metro Station. I'm currently on Oxley Street and you can see the north part of the construction site behind me. Crow's Nest will be the first new station when Sydney Metro is extended through the city and to the southwest in 2024. It's also one of two stations on the lower North Shore. The construction site starts at Oxley Street, it then runs alongside the Pacific Highway and Clark Lane, pretty much to the end of Clark Lane. Hume Street currently runs through the middle and splits the construction site into two, but this won't always be the case, more on this shortly. You'll notice that part of the construction site extends eastward to Clark Street, that's where a new station entrance will be. This footage was taken back in October 2020. At this time there was a temporary acoustic roof covering the station box. This is looking left into Clark Lane. Oxley Street is coming into view now on the right. The cranes were named by children at two local day centres. One is called Muscles, the other is called Giraffe. This is taken from Oxley Street looking south in April 2021. The main work that is happening is creating a concrete wall that's going to go right around the station box. The concrete wall is up to 1.2 metres thick. The station box itself is 220 metres long, 25 metres wide, and the platforms will be 25 metres below ground. Work is also progressing to create the base floor that will support the tracks and the platforms. Now walking down Clark Lane, at the end of this road where you can see the blue hoarding is Hume Street. Back in April 2021, I was able to peer through a few little gaps in the hoardings to get some footage like this. Behind the new station concrete wall is Pacific Highway. The wall for the top of the station box is coming into view here, and behind that is Oxley Street. Here's another view looking towards Pacific Highway. Now in May 2021 there was a tiny gap in the fence on Oxley Street, so let's have a look in from there. So here is the view from this tiny little crack in the hoarding on Oxley Street. You can see the southbound tunnel entrance. The northbound tunnel exit is there as well, but it's hidden behind one of the cranes. I think it's probably about here. You can just about see the concrete wall to the right that I mentioned earlier, and the station floor, which is 25 metres below. 196 prefabricated beams are being used to build the station floor. Some of these beams will be over 25 metres long. Here are a couple of more zoomed in still shots showing the entrance to the southbound tunnel. And here is a picture from the Sydney Metro website. I'm not quite sure when this was taken, but I guess it was back in 2020, possibly even 2019. So I'm currently walking down the Pacific Highway. I've got Oxley Street behind me and I'm walking towards Hume Street, and around about here is where the north entrance to Crow's Nest Station is going to be. So it's going to be on the Pacific Highway somewhere between Oxley Street and Hume Street. This is looking back towards Oxley Street, and as I begin to pan round, this is where the Pacific Highway station entrance is likely to be, somewhere around here. So the Pacific Highway entrance will be about here. This will be about 700 metres from the Sydney train station at St Leonards. And here is an artist impression of what the Pacific Highway entrance to Crow's Nest Station might look like. Now walking down the Pacific Highway footpath on the left side down towards Hume Street. This footpath is closed when construction work is taking place, so that's typically during the day on Monday to Friday, but increasingly now on Saturdays and Sundays as well. On one of the hoardings is a photo of what Crow's Nest looked like in the 1950s, complete with trams. You can actually see all these photos online by going to sydneymetro.info/historical-images. I'll put a link to that in the description below as well. Here is the view from the Pacific Highway looking south towards Crow's Nest. The road going across from left to right is Hume Street, and this is looking down Clark Lane to the south end of the construction site. So this is where the Clark Street entrance to Crow's Nest Station is going to be. Clark Street is on the right, and coming into view now on the left is Hume Street. Here is the location of the Clark Street station entrance on the map. This is taken from where the Clark Street station entrance will be. This is looking south towards the heart of Crow's Nest, which is just a couple of minutes away from here. And this is looking north along Clark Street from the same location. Here is an artist's impression of the Clark Street entrance to Crow's Nest station. Clark Street is in front of the station entrance and Hume Street is to the left. Here is an artist's impression of the proposed overstation development. This will be a commercial development. It will have 8 levels and there will be a rooftop garden at the top. Sydney Metro has lodged a State Significant Development application, that's an SSDA, for this building. As you can see, other buildings are planned nearby as well. Here is an artist's impression of the concourse level at Crow's Nest Station. It looks like the escalators going over to the right would probably go up to the Clark Street entrance, and the ones that are straight ahead would go to the Pacific Highway entrance. Okay, let's talk a little bit about Hume Street, which is coming into view here. Hume Street is currently blocking part of the station box, as you can see here. So it's going to be closed in July 2021 and raised so it's above the level of the station box. Here's the view of Hume Street from the Pacific Highway side. One of the reasons I left Crow's Nest Station to last is because it is quite difficult to see behind the blue hoardings. But as you can see, there are some residential and commercial buildings nearby that would be able to see over the blue hoardings. So if you live or work in any of these buildings and you have a much better view of the station box than I've been able to show you in this video, then do get in touch. You can email me, it's paul@transportvlog.com. So that was my video update of Crow's Nest Sydney Metro Station as of May 2021. Hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful, and now you know a little bit more about Crow's Nest Sydney Metro Station and its 2 entrances. So if you enjoyed this video, do give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and do leave a comment below. I'd love to hear what you think. And if you have any questions as well, feel free to leave those below and I'll see if I can answer them for you. If you haven't already subscribed to the Transport Vlog YouTube channel, then please do, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.